Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome to Blue Liner Milsurps. My name is Scott. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. And if you've been here before and are a subscriber, welcome back. Please remember to like the video if you like it, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment, a respectful comment if you would, please. Okay, this video is going to be an update on our model Austro-Hungarian Steyr Mannlicher M1886/90. Now, I have done two previous restoration videos on this. I will link them up down below in the description. Part one was about the gun and taking it apart and taking a look at everything that was wrong with it, all the missing parts, all the gunk and junk and rust. Part two video was about the cleanup and the restoration and getting it to this point. And I thought that's how I was going to leave it. But you know what? I have decided that I want to update and actually do some more with this firearm. So this is a Royal Tiger Imports purchase. It was a C grade. I initially was ordered a model 1888/90. What they sent me was an 1886/90, which is not a big deal. And I really don't care. Actually, I like the 1886 better. I really like this rifle. So what I've decided to do is blue it. I'm going to blue all the metal parts because we got a lot of old bluing on here and it just doesn't really look that good. So what prompted me to do this was kind of what prompted me to buy this in the first place. Just this last spring, I was at a World War I reenactment days. I love to go to those and see the restored firearms that they do. And I was talking to these four guys that were Austro-Hungarian reenactors. And one of them had an 8890. It was very beautiful. It had been restored very well. And he had blued the entire thing. And it really looked beautiful. And I said, wow, where'd you get that? And hey, I bought it from Royal Tiger Imports as a C grade, and I restored it. So I remember what that looked like. And so I purchased this from RTI, and I think we got a really great rifle. I did restore it, but now I want to blue it and make it as good looking and beautiful as that one I saw at those World War I reenactors. So, and yes, these rifles were used by reserve troops and home guard troops during World War I by the Austro-Hungarian forces. So I'm going to blue all of the metal parts here. And the metal parts that you can see, we're not going to do anything with the stock. We're not going to do anything with the bolt, but we may polish that bolt a bit and make it look better. So steps to bluing this is, first of all, we have to take it apart completely, all the metal parts, and completely disassemble it. Then we're going to use glue and rust remover. Birchwood Casey's glue and rust remover to get as much of all of this old bluing off as we can. And then after we have done that, we are going to degrease the metal. So when we blue all the metal, it needs to be completely degreased. And we're going to wear gloves because there's even oils in the hands. And when we degrease it, we're degreasing it. No CLP, no oil, no Hoppe's 9, nothing like that, because that is oil, and I don't want any oil on this. So we're just going to use a degreaser and get all the oils and grease and everything off this. And we'll wear gloves while we're doing it. And then we're going to cold blue it. Now, there's a difference between cold bluing and hot bluing. Bluing is a process where you're taking red oxide, which is what rust is. So we're rust bluing the rifle. We're not painting it, we're rust bluing it. Bluing is a process of taking the red oxide rust and converting it to black oxide rust, which doesn't hurt the metal and actually protects it. So we're going to do that with the Birchwood Casey's Super Blue. And this is, we're going to cold blue it. Hot bluing it takes big tanks, boiling water, and chemicals that I don't have. And we could do that, but I just don't have the capacity or the ability to do that. But I have cold blued with Birchwood Casey's stuff before, and it's come out very, very well. So the first thing we're going to do is completely disassemble this. We're going to put the stock and the bolt away because we're not going to be doing that. And once I have this completely disassembled, we'll come back on the video and show you everything that we're going to do. And then we'll go step by step through it. All right, so hang tight, and I'll be right back after I get this disassembled. Okay, everybody, I'm back. I have disassembled our Austro-Hungarian Steyr Mannlicher model 1886/90. These are the metal parts that we're going to blue. We're obviously going to do the receiver and the barrel and all of that. We're going to do the butt plate and the sling swivel. We are going to do the magazine and trigger guard. I'm not taking it apart, all of this stuff, because we're not gluing any of that. We're just gluing the outside on there, and we can get to that without taking it any further apart because of that one screw there that I don't want to ruin. And then there are the nose cap here, the nose cap, and the other two barrel bands. We're also going to glue those as well as the one goes there and that one goes there, the bolt stop and all of that. And we're going to glue all of that, and those are the actual items that we're going to glue. What we're not going to glue is the safety, because it came glued. We had to buy a reproduction of that, and the rear sight. I did get an original rear sight for it. We're going to clean it up, but we're not going to glue that. So those metal parts we're not going to glue. All the rest of this we are going to glue. So I am going to start degreasing it. I'm sorry, doing the glue and rust remover. Get all of that done and degrease it. After I have done that, I'll come back on the video and show you everything right before we're going to glue them and how we will do the gluing with the cold glue. So I'm going to stop the video, do my glue and rust remover, clean and degrease everything, and get set up for the gluing, and then I will be back with you. So hang out, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We have completed our preparation for cold bluing. So the receiver, the barrel, and all the metal parts, I degreased them. Then I did the glue and rust remover, degreased them again, went through a few series of sandpaper, ended with a 600 to kind of polish it, and now we are ready to blue. So we got, I think, did a pretty good job of getting all the blue that we could that was on there off. So let me show you the receiver here. So this is the barrel and the receiver. I think we got as much off as we could, and I think we're going to be in a pretty good position here to cold blue this. And what we do to cold blue is very simple. We need our cold blue solution, our applicator, water, and a heat gun. So the procedure for doing this is fairly simple. We heat up the metal, and yes, cold bluing, we heat up the metal. That's what the heat gun here is for. We heat up the metal, get it nice and warm. We apply our super blue solution. We're going to do the barrel first, then the receiver, and then I will move on to the other parts. After we have done a coat, we wait 1 minute, and then we have to apply water. So that's why we have our big tub of water over here. So this is a chemical reaction. So the super blue causes a chemical reaction on the metal that turns that to black oxide and gives it the bluing look. So, and it works better when the metal is hot. We let those chemicals sit on there for about 1 minute, and then we apply water to stop the chemical process. So we start it by applying it, let it work for 1 minute, and then we apply water to stop the chemical process. And then we can use some 4/0 steel wool to shine it up a bit, and then we'll see whether or not we need to apply even more. So that's where we are right now. We got the receiver and the barrel ready to go. We have the other metal parts all cleaned, degreased. I'm wearing gloves so I don't get any oils on anything. Everything here has been cleaned and degreased, rust and blue removed, cleaned and degreased again. So I'm going to start bluing, and I will get back to you once I have completed the process and everything is blue, so that you can see what it looks like after the bluing. And then we'll put the gun back together and see what she looks like. So hang out for one more segment, or maybe two more segments. After I get all of this blued, I will be back with you to show you the end results before we put it back together in the gun. Okay, welcome back, everybody. For you, it's been a few seconds. For me, it's been a few hours, but we got everything here blued to my satisfaction, and I think it's going to look really good. So let's take a closer look. I think we got the receiver and the barrel here all nice and blued. I think it looks really good. We got our magazine and trigger guard blued, our butt plate and swivel and rear swivel, and all of our barrel bands all completely done. Now, the purpose of this was not to make them jet black, but really just to make them dark and blue. The barrel and the receiver were the most important things here. So everything else, I did 2 coats or 2 applications of the cold bluing. For the receiver and the barrel, I did 3 coats of application of the cold bluing. So I think it looks really good. We can still see all the markings. Remember, this is not paint. This is a chemical reaction. Now, what's really important if you're going to cold blue something is that you follow the directions, because after you have put your cold blue chemicals on here, you wait exactly 1 minute and then you counteract them with the water. The important thing is after that, you take the steel wool, 4/0 steel wool, and polish it. All the metal that you just cold blue, because that gets rid of all the blotches. Otherwise, it looks kind of blotchy. But this does not look blotchy because we were able to use the 4/0 steel wool and took care of everything. I think it looks really, really good. So now what's left is to put the whole thing back together into the stock with the barrel, with the bolt, and see how it looks completed in the stock. And I'm sure it's going to look great. So I'm going to stop the video again, and I will be back with you after I have completely reassembled this rifle, and we'll see how it looks with all the bluing. All right, be right back. Okay, everybody, welcome back. We have finished reassembling the rifle, and I think it looks really good. So we blued the receiver, the barrel, and all the metal parts, and we left the bolt in the white here, which I think kind of stands out and makes it looks really good. So you can see the magazine there, you can see the receiver and the barrel all completely done, buttstock, and the underside. And that is it. I think it came out looking really, really good after we have completed all the bluing and put it all back together. I think it looks great. So this Royal Tiger Import C grade looks, and it is completely functional and looks great. So that is it for this video, everyone. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me this week and going through our update and bluing of the Austro-Hungarian Steyr Mannlicher model 1866/90. And I think she looks great. So that is it for this week. Now, starting next week, we have a whole new series that we're going to start. And this is, we're going to go through the main battle rifles for the infantry for the U.S. military, starting with the Trapdoor Springfield, which came out just after the Civil War. We'll discuss the Civil War, the 1861 Springfield, and then the Trapdoor. We're going to do that next week. And then we're going to continue in that series with every main battle rifle of the U.S. military all the way through to the end of the Korean conflict. And we're going to go through all those. And so that series starts with the 1873 Springfield Trapdoor starting next weekend. So on Sunday is when our videos come out. So a week from today, we will put out video 1 of the U.S. military main battle rifle series starting in 1 week. And that'll be next Sunday. So happy Sunday Gun Day to you. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me. And we'll see you next week with the start of that series. Have a great rest of your day or great rest of your week, whatever the case might be. And we'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.